Well, hello, everybody. It is Dana from the Run Eat Drink podcast at runeatdrink.net. It is Tuesday. You know what that means. It's week 7, day 1 of the Galloway Easy 5K that we've been doing together. And guess what? It's race week. And if it's race week, you know what that means. You've got to be at an appropriate venue. And I couldn't think of a more appropriate venue to kick off race week than to be here at the Daytona International Speedway in Daytona Beach, Florida, where arguably some of the best racing in the world takes place. And I might be the slowest thing ever to run on this property, but by golly, we're going to be doing that here today. Hey, Josh, welcome. I'm so glad you could join me. I jumped on a couple of minutes early, hoping that we might be able to build some viewership as we start week 7, day 1 of the training exercise that we're going to be doing. We are in the home stretch. I mean, we're going to use all kinds of mixed sports metaphors today. We're in the home stretch. We're coming around third. We're crossing the finish line. The checkered flag's waving. Whatever you want to say, because at the end of this week, we are going to be running our 5K that we've been training for all this time. So I'm very excited to be able to do one of my training runs here at the home of NASCAR. I think this is pretty cool. I'm going to pan this a little bit. Hey, Rhonda, welcome. I got Rhonda, I got Josh. I want to pan this just a little bit. I really cannot do this facility justice because I'm not even to the halfway point on this building or on this structure. I mean, it is absolutely incredible. And if there was any way I could have found an employee to say, hey, would you mind if I did my training run out on the track? I totally would have. But they're locked up right now, tight as a drum. But fortunately, the public sidewalk here in Daytona Beach puts us right outside the Daytona International Speedway. And we can, I think, do some of the running on the property in the parking lot, and that's going to be the plan. I'm actually about to walk under this overpass or this footbridge that lets you cross the street safely. And you'll see over the street, you actually have the signage that says "Welcome to Daytona Beach," and on the other side, this one says "Thank you for visiting Daytona Beach." And on the other side, it actually says, welcome to Daytona Beach. So the message changes a little bit depending on which direction you're going. But today's run is going to be a nice and easy 20-minute, just like we've been doing. 3-minute warm-up, 3-minute cool-down, 20 minutes of running. And we're going to be doing it as we have been, which is 5 seconds of running and 25 seconds of walking. And I'm trying to get myself away from the street a little bit. I'm hoping that would cut down on the wind just a hair. At least I'm going to run along this hedge line here. I'm actually on the property here at Daytona International Speedway. And again, let me show you a little bit more of the facility. I mean, this goes on. And on, and on, and on. It's enormous. But I'm hoping that I'm not going to get yelled at by security telling me to get off or out of their parking lot, but it is technically a publicly accessible parking lot. So I should be okay. All right, well, it is 6 p.m. officially. The clock has struck. Let me go ahead and get started. So I've got my workout programmed into my watch. I'm going to activate that. Select my training plan. Here we go. So we're going to start out with that 3-minute warm-up. And it's absolutely amazing. This stretch of Daytona where I've been staying. Did I adjust my restrictor plate? Good one. Yeah, I haven't seen that in forever. It's amazing how everything here is really in support of NASCAR and the Daytona Speedway. You actually have, here's the main walkway heading towards the Toyota gate. They have NASCAR vehicles out there on display. Of course, it's the Toyota gate, so there's a display of Toyota's finest SUVs. But I arrived here Sunday afternoon, and that was the last day of a truck show that was going on. And it was primarily 4x4 trucks that many of which were lifted, really blinged out, just really cool. Not my kind of truck per se. I mean, they, thousands and thousands of dollars in extra modifications to these show trucks, but really cool. Hey, Steph, welcome. Yeah, the Charlotte Speedway is really cool. I don't know how they compare in terms of size, and I know historically Daytona is so incredibly formative to motorsports, but the facility is gorgeous. I mean, it really is beautiful. And it was so funny to see the truck enthusiasts coming here, and they were coming into the parking lot yesterday or day before and posing on and around their trucks and getting the building in the background. But yeah, so aside from those trucks, I'll be the slowest thing to run on the property at the Daytona Speedway. Someone's got to be the back of the pack pace car. It might as well be me. So anyway, we're about 30 seconds out from the first interval. It should be nice and easy. And like I said, hopefully I'm not going to make a security guard mad. I just kind of walked in. There's no gate, nothing to restrict your access. And here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time starting. Yeah, Amy explained it last night on the episode that this week is actually race week in the plan. Hey, Trip. Oh, I'm so glad you could join. Yeah, this is actually race week. So we'll go through the training runs this week, and then we do, of course, week 7, day 3 is race day. And then next week is just kind of a post-run maintenance, seeing how you're feeling, making sure you're good type of run. Yeah, definitely going to be the slowest thing to ever run on this property. Here we go. Whoops. Okay, this apparently is a gate, so I'm trying to get out. I think they'll be kind. There we go. Right behind me. There's the official signage. Super cool. I mean, come on. It's a piece of racing history. Even if you're not really into racing too much, that's a piece of history right back there. We're almost right. Next interval. By the way, I started walking the length of this building before I turned the camera on. I'm still walking after starting the camera, and I still haven't reached the end of the building. Still haven't reached the end of the building. Amy's knee is getting better slowly but surely. She is getting more aggressive with her home therapy. She has started adopting more of the aggressive exercise that her physical therapist has prescribed her. So doing that, she's feeling it a little bit more. But I think the results are going to speak for themselves. I like that she's taken a more conservative approach this time around. You know, before, when she had to get her first knee done, it was really not super awesome. She rushed to get back to work. Really didn't take as good a care as I would have liked. But she's being smart about it. Well, I don't know if there's a selfie spot. I know that one turned out pretty good. And we're still not at the end of the building. But we're getting close. I can show you this. As I get close to the end of the building, you're going to see off in the distance where the ground slopes upwards right there. That's actually the turn and the bank of the curve. Hey, Aim. Amy jumped in for a second. I'm so glad. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see that. Okay. Well, that's good to know. I just don't want it to be a selfie with security guards. Trying to avoid that. Okay. All right, so we are officially now at finally, oh, there's a bush at the end of the building. So I'm going to turn around and head back that way. It really is a beautiful sidewalk. I mean, they have done a phenomenal job with it. The main stretch out here is International Speedway Boulevard. They really have this set up as a main drag through town with tons of shops, restaurants, hotels. Again, everything in support of the Speedway. Makes total sense. A huge economic and entertainment and tourist hub. And then on top of that, you know, we're in Daytona Beach, which is arguably, that bank is like 120 degrees. I believe it. Looking at it from here, makes total sense. You know, the laws of physics aren't very kind, especially when you're in a, what is it, a 2,000-pound missile, you know, hurtling at 200 miles an hour, or close to it. Yeah, now I grew up in Tampa, of course. You guys have heard me talk about that. Tampa Stadium's big, but it's not this big. And here we go. I apologize for the volume of the traffic noise. That's going to be unavoidable today because I wanted to get the the scenery in the background. It just feels good to get out here with you guys. While I have been doing 2-a-day runs all this past week, it's kind of nice having my virtual running buddies along with me, and I've missed it. I do like out here, they have this pavilion with a lot of seating for picnics and, just to cool off for a little bit. I have to imagine in this particular lot where there aren't a lot of, actually I don't see any parking spaces lined out here. This isn't parking spaces. This is just a big, probably a gathering spot for ticketing, pre-game or pre-race, that type of thing. This is pretty killer. And you see, I'll show you as I get up here, there's like family that has stopped in here to get pictures. So again, it's a historic spot. It's pretty amazing. It's about the apexes, yeah. Like I said, laws of physics are not kind. Yeah, so here's the little, I don't know what you call that, the guide. Yeah, maybe they do some staging there for cars. I would hope. I mean, that'd be a pretty sweet place to park some vehicles, let people get up close and touch them. Oop, gotta run. Oh no, wait. I missed my interval, so I'm going to run double next time. All right, I'm not going to go back in there this time. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. Hi. So, and here we go. Let me get an extra interval in here. All right. Yeah, it's a pretty amazing spot. Here's another little thing I like. There seems silly. Uh-oh. Woo! Okay. The computer went wonky. The crosswalks are checkered flags. I mean, come on. How cool is that? Yeah, I could too. Oh. Yeah. All right, 10 seconds. And here we go. All right. The only thing that would be more Florida than this scene right here would be the gator in that body of water. And in all likelihood, there's a gator in that body of water. Oh, Steph, they've done such a great job here. And directly across the street, kind of adjacent to where I'm staying, is this high-end outdoor lifestyle mall, which we'll go across one of the footbridges and I'll show you the view from up there. But the mall has a little bit of everything, including a Bass Pro Shop. Although they also have a Daytona themed hotel that my work conspicuously didn't book me into for this trip, which is something I'm going to have a word with somebody about. Here we go. I'll get to show you the other sign as I get up here. As you're going into Daytona, they welcome you. And as you're leaving, like y'all saw earlier, it says, "Thanks for visiting." It's a warm one here. We've been under actually severe thunderstorm watches all day. The radar looked horrible. I wasn't convinced I was going to get the opportunity to even run for sure. Thankfully, it happened. But yeah, we're gonna do the footbridge, go across, and then kind of cut through that mall and show you guys what's up over here. What I like about places like this is that so many communities are pretty friendly to runners and pedestrians. So as long as you're a good citizen, sharing the road with cars, bikes, walkers, and a lot of places like this, it's pretty easy to get a run in. And I am in a very typical work trip kind of environment mode. I'm living out of a suitcase right now. I'm here all week. You know, basically, the hotel I'm in does give me a kitchen, so actually, I may not want to say anything about that because I like having the kitchen in the room, because I've been able to get fresh fruits and vegetables and have stuff that I can make on my own, which saves me some of my per diem, and it also allows me to control better my nutrition, which is an absolute plus. So right here, I'm heading undercover and actually getting some hill work in. Check this out. This is the walking ramp to get up to the footbridge, and then we'll be able to go across and over to the Outdoor Lifestyle Mall. Amy always laughs at me because of the way I say that, like it's a very pre-programmed term, but I always laugh when I would hear about developers wanting to build these in Florida, and I'm like, that is spoken or done by somebody who has only come here in the winter or has never been here to Florida and has only seen it in postcards. There we go. So you're getting a better view of the speedway kind of over my head, and then I'll show you guys this. Oh yeah, Steph, Bass Pro is great as well. They really do have, I mean, granted, for people who are outdoorsy, it's a mecca, but even if you just like more rugged clothing, maybe you're into camping, you're looking for stuff for, I don't know, maybe you're a soccer mom looking for, you know, foldable chairs or whatever to take to your kid's game, whatever the case may be. It's a pretty awesome retail establishment, and I love the fact that they have kayaks lined up out here. Like, grab one, throw it on top of your truck and go. It's pretty cool. And this outdoor mall, they have done something kind of interesting with it. They've incorporated it almost looks like a baby American Ninja Warrior type gym as a fitness park right outside with a little patch of turf grass. So I'll show you that as we run past it here. I'm on the downhill. I may as well finish the downhill. These guys are my heroes. Look at that. Killing it. Killing it, guys. And then you got here's the little park I was talking about. You got like an uneven ladder, parallel bars, obstacles, balance beams, battle ropes, and then this thing, which looks like, look at that. That is insane. I'd love to have that in the backyard. That would be really cool. Yeah, that walkway is great, Steph. I wish more cities would do those types of things, especially around main thoroughfares where they're encouraging a lot of pedestrian foot traffic. Now you figure when you have a race going on that they have hundreds, if not thousands, crossing that street and coming over here to eat, to go to the hotel, which that's the Daytona Hotel right there. But they got tons of restaurants. If it were a drinking weekend, the brewery would be a must try, I think. But it is not. So I think the DUI checkpoint after the races, everybody thinks that would be a great time to do one. Unfortunately, I'll give you a little inside baseball. Checkpoints require so much in the way of logistics and planning, and you have to have a detailed operations plan, and even a small checkpoint usually has about 25 to 30 personnel. You could never do one on a race night, I don't think. These guys here in Daytona, and I believe it's Volusia County here, they probably have all hands on deck just for traffic control to get people in and out of the race. So I can only imagine. I mean, we do our local Oktoberfest, which is one of the largest in the United States, and it is a huge affair for us to be able to man that and park cars. So there's only a finite number of people who can work that overtime that aren't currently working or asleep. But I like where your head is at. It would just be difficult to do. If you can complete the course, you can drive home. That would be one heck of a sobriety test. Absolutely. Now, this stretch of road I'm on right now, this kind of weaves in between the little hotels like Fairfield Inn and Suites, like a Courtyard by Marriott, something else. And then across the street and go to my hotel. Out here this morning, they had a giant bright red tractor trailer with this huge vehicle carrier, enclosed vehicle carrier on the back. And it was the Ferrari racing team. So, John Schroeder, if you're listening, that picture is for you, my friend. I took a photo for him because John's a huge, huge Ferrari nut. And they had like some names of drivers and stuff on the side of the truck. It was pretty cool for enthusiasts. Let's see. I'm trying to get to comments here. Sorry. Chicago, we have a walkover. Oh, for Wrigley Field. Yeah. Yeah, that, again, I think that's such a smart idea. I know they're a very expensive proposition, and they're, millions to build and thousands a year to maintain. But if you're going to have a lot of pedestrian traffic in a downtown area, and you're encouraging it to cross main streets, you can't count on people going to the corner where they want to get to's in the middle of the block. So, yeah. All right, so we are finishing the cool down. Now I'm going to hit the stop button, and boom, workout ended. I'm hitting stop and save. Let me see what my stats look like. All right, so here's the deal. 1.63 miles total traveled. Average pace 15:59. So we are well on course. Not breathing hard right now. I'm really only sweating because of the humidity. I mean, it's breezy, but it's kind of like standing. It's like taking a shower in your bathroom, cranking the hot water till it's like a sauna, and then standing under the hair dryer. So I'm sweating because of that, not because I'm like dying from the rigor that I was running with. Because again, we don't want to be at a pace where we can't be conversational. At this point, this far into it, 7 weeks now, we should be feeling pretty good on these training runs. 15 minutes or 20 minutes total, 5 seconds running, 25 seconds walking. This shouldn't, at this point, we've had time to adapt. So it shouldn't really be kicking our butts. And if it's, if it is a little more difficult for you, then this adjusts down. So make your walking interval maybe a little bit longer if necessary. But I think everybody probably should be feeling pretty good right now, I'm guessing. You'd probably sell more tickets to watch drunkards. Yeah, we'd have to put them in like a safe car though. Something we could hit the brakes on. Someone's gonna think I'm coming up with the next idea in really bad reality TV. I'm not. Everybody's very polite here too, which is nice. Let's see, in the Ferraris, we're there for a GT race, maybe the FXX or two, possibly LaFerrari. I don't know. They didn't really say, and I don't know the drivers' names, so that's on me just for my own ignorance. But I mean, even their tractor trailer looked good. I mean, come on, really? That's just showing off at that point. And Steph, definitely don't miss that Florida humidity. It's tough to do anything outside, like checking the mail without breaking a sweat. There was actually a meme today, and I meant to save it and send it to Amy, that said, check on your friends with naturally curly hair. They are not okay. They're all walking around Florida today looking like an alpaca. So her hair is as naturally curly as it can be. I've never, ever in my life seen her with straight hair, probably never will. And yeah, she can't stand the humid weather for that reason alone. So now the good news is post-run tonight, I have managed to think ahead. I actually got some really good food to eat. I have some hummus in the room. I got fresh vegetables. So I have broccoli and cauliflower and carrots. So I'm basically going to have like a light dinner, crudité. And then I got these, for lack of a better word, I'm going to call them falafel nuggets that are frozen, but they're vegan, and I can make them in my microwave in the room. So I'm going to have kind of a Mediterranean thing going on. keeping me on plan and feeling pretty good. I've been pretty surprised at my ability to stay on plan with food and the well, all the other stuff you're supposed to do on that 75 hard. It's just been, like I said last night on the show, it's actually provided something for me to focus on a little bit in the last week or so. And I'm pretty glad that we started it when we did, and I'm glad we didn't go off due to all the stress that was happening around last week. So it's been really, really helpful. Oh, Trip, is 79 and windy. That's darn near winter right now. It's very muggy, and just the constancy with we've had a lot of thunderclouds in the sky all day in class, looking out the window like, I'm probably going to get rained on this afternoon. My phone went off with a severe weather alert. I was like, oh. And I went and checked out my hotel. I'm at a Homewood Suites, and we are fans of Hilton as a hotel chain. I'm just not as big a fan of Homewood Suites as I am something under the Hilton flag. But they do at least have a token fitness center, and they have a couple of treadmills. So worst came to absolute worst, or if it does while I'm still here, I can always get a run in on the treadmill, which is good. Hashtag chickpea nuggies. Yeah, that's basically it. I am subsisting on chickpeas and bottled water right now. I did actually load up on fresh vegetables, and then with the way we normally eat is, I jokingly call beans and greens, but it's green vegetables and legumes and all that, and some nuts and seeds. I did get some dry roasted pumpkin seeds, and I actually tried my hand at these other, again, yet another means of consuming a garbanzo bean. They're roasted garbanzo beans, and yeah, they're crunchy, but they dry out your mouth like crazy. So like, they satisfy your urge to crunch, but you have to have a beverage with them. So there's no way around it. Caffeinated smashy beans. Yes, absolutely. Now there's one area where I kind of drew the short straw. In my room, I've got one of those hotel quality Keurigs. So I get the K-cups. I go into and they give you a little tray, and in your tray you have your beverages, and you can ask for whatever you want, from housekeeping. So I open up my tray, and there's all this tea and then decaf coffee. And I'm like, nope, that's not going to do. So I did this at a time when housekeeping wasn't here. So I got on at the front desk, and I said, yeah, I need coffee pods for my room that aren't decaf, and they hand me the flat ones that look like little discs that are like coffee tea bags, basically, for a different kind of brewer. And I'm like, okay, these won't work in my K-cup in the Keurig. So can you go find the K-cups? And the guy goes back and gets like this box. It looked like the random box that like people in a shared office might throw the ones that they didn't want from the free gift thing away. So I had to sift through this random box of different brands of coffee to get like 4 pods that were caffeinated. And I'm like, I'm just going to go to Publix and buy my own. I'll be okay. No, I'm meant for my pillow. Well, and here's the other thing. So the hotel is still on their COVID protocols. So there is no daily maid service. So that is forcing me to be a better hotel citizen and not make an absolute mess of everything. But since I am cooking for myself, I'm having to make some trash every day. They do come by and they'll get the trash. I just set the trash outside the door. Again, it's not so bad. It really isn't. But I think I would have enjoyed a NASCAR themed hotel. I'm just saying. But I don't know if they have a kitchen or not. So, week 7, day 1. What we just did. 20 minutes, nice and easy. 5 seconds running, 25 seconds walking. drop in the comments. Let me know how you are feeling on the program right now. Trip, I know you're doing it. I got the message or Amy read me your message about you going ahead and doing the runs. Hopefully you're feeling good. This is going to be, I think, a great week to get everything done. And hopefully, I get home on Friday afternoon, Saturday morning, we knock out the race. We're actually looking at doing week 7, day 3, our race day at an actual live in-person race. That's going to be a very last minute thing, but I think that the boss may tell me we're doing that. So if that's the case, it's going to be a kind of a cool way to ring in and celebrate and show everybody, this method of training really can pay off. So tomorrow is technically rest day, or if you're doing some other exercises, it's your cross training day. Thursday, we're going to be doing the same thing. It's going to be another 20-minute run with a 3-minute warm up and cool down on each end. I mean, we're here in Daytona. I'm either going to do it over there at the raceway, or I'm going to make my way to the beach to give you guys a different change of scenery. So I'm going to check that out and see if I'll be able to do that in time. I don't know what the commute time is from where I'm located to Daytona Beach, to the beach proper. So I'll find out from some of the guys here, and I'll let you all know. Oh, good. Yeah. You know what? When in doubt, tighten up your stride, shorten the steps, and just increase your turnover. And that is trip, not fall. Yes, Josh, absolutely. It's absolutely, it's kind of funny, but it's kind of true. You want to make sure that you're getting nice, quick turnover, shorter strides. That keeps you from reaching with your heel, which can reduce things like plantar fasciitis and, cause other more jarring impacts, which can, reverberate up your leg and, contribute to knee pain, stuff like that. But so hopefully I can get to the beach in time and maybe do a little, we'll do a segment of running on the beach. That would be pretty cool. So I'll look into that, and I'm looking forward to finishing out this week with you guys. So thanks for coming along. It's been too long. It feels like I've been gone a month and not a week, but I'm glad that you guys came and hung out and are hanging in there. But if you're watching this on playback, drop in the comments how it's going for you, and let me know if you're interested more in the next in the series, doing the faster 5K or doing the 10K distance. Let me know which one you guys would rather see. Just kind of trying to take a poll, and I think Amy's going to legitimately put out like a poll to do on social media to find out. So anyway, thank you for coming along. Check out the newest episode. We recorded it live last night. We had so much fun doing that. It was so nice to reconnect with everybody after the crap sandwich of a week plus that I've had. And thank you guys for popping in, participating, lifting me and Amy up, and sending as much love and support as you have. It's been wonderful. But check that episode out. It is up in the feed right now, runeatdrink.net, or do us a favor and subscribe in your favorite podcatcher. We're everywhere except for Spotify, and I'm working on that. So anyway, guys, I will see you all very soon. We are going to be doing our Water Wednesday chat tomorrow. I believe that's going to be, well, Amy will put something out. I don't want to say the wrong time, but normal times. So she'll put something out in social media, and I will show up where I'm told to show up. So we're going to do it remotely. We're going to try to have some fun. So let's hang out tomorrow. Anyway, I'll talk to you all soon. I'm going to go and eat some vegetables and beans and water. So I'll see you later. Bye.